I don't know about you, but that looks like a good river down there to have a look at. Well, it's early March 2024 and I've not been prospecting for quite a while. So welcome back, people. And today, well, where am I? I'm somewhere in Cumbria and I've been prospecting for a couple of hours. I don't know if I found any gold, I'll be really honest, but we found lots of lead weights and a few heavies. Let's have a look around the area though, it's fascinating. Let's get across the river here. I'll be so careful. Whoops. So, we've got this huge bank of mudstone in the middle of the river and it's got channels everywhere. There's a lovely section here like a Mother Nature riffle, but it's not sharp enough. There's not enough deep crevices in there to trap anything heavy. I'll show you what I've been cleaning out though. So you can see here, I cleaned along there. There's a lovely boil hole here with that big stone there. There's some nicely compacted gravels, but nothing in there. I'm just working along here and picking away at little pockets. Look at all these heavy stones that have been dropped out. That looks like a big piece of ironstone, a bit there to me. Oh yes, so there is mineralisation in the area and I've had a go down here on some loose bedrock. So what I think we'll do, we'll get my tackle packed up anyway from this side. That's a good sign, there's wire there. It's not a good sign for the environment, but there's copper in there, that's heavy. And we'll come back over there because I'm starving hungry.
So let's have a quick look at the geology in this area. We've got interbedded sedimentary layers of sandstone and siltstone in the bedrock from the Ordovician period. And there's also mudstone, sandstone and limestone sedimentary bedrock from the Silurian period. But I was particularly drawn to some Lake District Devonian minor intrusions where felsite is present, and the rocks here are igneous. There's also faulting in the area, so I thought it was worth a prospect. But on this trip I may have ventured too far upstream in search of the good stuff.
So anyway, I'll get my dinner. Welcome back, and before you ask any questions, it's not crab sticks. I'm on smoked pork loin today, and so for what it's worth I'm going to have to blend some of last season's adventures into this season. So we've got 2023, 2024 and try and move forward. I've had a break, I've had a year off. I can see there's lots of activity out there on this platform, people getting into the gold panning hobby, and I hope you're enjoying it as much as I've done over the years. Very good. And on one of my trips last year, I was in Scotland and I bumped into Lee Palmer, and he wrote the book Gold Occurrences in the UK. He's also got a new book out there. I'm not sponsored or paid to say anything like this. It's great to meet him. He's a genuinely nice bloke and it's a good book to read. So thank you, Lee, for your time. I really appreciated that. And so my best mate, my Labrador, he's at home on the settee, central heating on. He's lying on his back now with a good kip. It's too cold for him to be out here today. There's like a mini beast from the east. There's no snow, but it's really cold. There's just a really strong cold wind coming across from Europe.
So there's the introductions, people. But the question is, did I find any gold on this prospect? Well, yes, I did. I found a couple of really tiny specks, and that's always promising. Which means I'll be coming back to this river to prospect a bit further downstream at some point. And it was in the gravels that I scraped out with my hands.
Just looking in the pan there, you can see we've got bits of iron. That does look shiny, but that's lead. Lead shots. Possibly the diddiest specks of gold here. So I really enjoyed that. But don't go away, because here's another video from last season where I was up at a river with my mate Steve and we found a few specks of gold.
Wondering who Steve is? Well, I've met him before. We went prospecting for gold in Lancashire and we found a few specks, and we've also prospected a few other rivers up and down the country. So it was great to meet up with him again.
Well, it's a lovely summer's day. I'm out with Steve and we're at the Wee Scottish Burn. We're just setting up the sluices. We're trying to get a line in the river because it really is low. It's not rained probably for 2.5 weeks already. A lot of the waters, they've come right in and super low. So Steve's running a roofless mining sluice. It's a drop riffle, and I'm running the Caledonian Super. Everywhere's lovely and green. Even the rhododendrons are in full flower and they look stunning. And Steve's sluice, I thought it was a drop riffle. It's not. It's a sloping riffle. It's very similar to the Caledonian. So as the material comes over it, it goes into the first riffle and it can flow over and back to the next one and so on.
There's some nice looking boulders there. So let's have a look at what Steve's up to.
Over there, just starting his first bucket. He's raking out. He's on a nice little drop off ledge. I've got the dam now a bit more defined, and both sluices look like they're running quite well. We'll have to just tweak that one there a bit. And we've got lots of opportunities around here to get gravels. I might snipe here later on. And the main thing why we're here is because we've got an inside line with quite a big gravel deposit.
So let's have a look at the geology in this area, and there's quite a few features that are worth considering. First of all, we've got sedimentary bedrock formed around 449 million years ago in the Ordovician period, which is known as wake. We've also got another sedimentary rock form from around 477 million years ago, which is known as chert. And also in this area, there's a band of basalt described as a lava pillow, and this is an igneous formation. And finally, there's a very interesting feature right across this area, which is described as a dike sweet, and it appears to be a narrow band of quartz microgabbro, which was formed much later on in time, between 66 and 23 million years ago, in the Paleogene period. This is a gold-bearing region. It's also been heavily mined for other natural resources, such as lead, zinc and silver, but we're here today to do a bit of panning.
Let's have a quick look at where we're up to. You can see where Steve's been working on this section here. We're following that line round there. And the sluice is working okay. You can see all the exchange going on in each riffle. It really is working a treat.
Got a nice looking V there on the sluice box, and there's a nice laminar flow visible there.
So on my top map, spec, quite a few specs on there. A bit of nice little line.
So Steve decided to do his first clean-up.
Let's go and see how Steve's getting on with his little clean-up. Any joy? Yes. Excellent. Well, there's plenty of heavies in there. You see lead shots. Yeah, there's a speck. Oh yeah. And then you've got that yellow powder there. Yeah. So there's my sluice running at the moment. I'll do a clean up next. I started out with a line across here, finding a few specks, and they are small. And the moment I got into this line here, where you're above the water line into the gravels, that's where I'm finding the flood gold. And because I'm here for one day, that'll do for me. I'm not digging silly big holes. So there's actually specks of gold on the lip. So that's 1 there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's probably about 25 specks on there. Anything really bright is gold. And looking at the way the dirt is in there, it's nicely levelled. Lots of them red heavy pieces like your ironstones. They really are packed in there. So they need a good clean out now, which will give the gold a chance to settle back into the riffle. But it's time for a bite to eat. Let's have a look now. There's that much kit here. It is getting beyond a joke. And so today, I'm making them at the river. I've got a couple of wraps left, and I've got sardines in tomato spicy sauce. And for pudding, I've got some of them syrupy waffles. They're really nice. And a cereal bar. In fact, I'll have that now while I'm thinking about it. They're really good. I suppose this is what you might call a bushcraft make-up dinner now. And squeezed on good old sausage butties. Perfect. We've got quite a bit of a wall here where we've worked the gravels. Look at that sluice there. That is full of them red heavies. Oh yeah. Yeah, we're thinking there's a nice piece on the top mat there. We're going for it.
Yeah. You watch it run away.
No pressure. Well, things have moved on a little bit, as you can see, and we've punched down a nice hole there. Well, Steve's done that one.
There is a piece, it's not a huge piece.
You got a piece, yeah?
There it is there. It looked bigger when it was in the water.
Oh, they do? Yeah, that'll do.
The gold always looks bigger underwater due to refraction. The rule of thumb is it can appear to be 1.33 times bigger when looking at it through water rather than through the air.
That'll do.
And you might often hear people say, who needs the gym when you're a gold miner or you're a gold panner? It's tough work.
Well, I'm absolutely goosed. I've got a few small specks here on the top mats. When I come here, I always expect to find small pieces just like that. I never expect to find big pieces ever. So it's all about the amount of the small gold at the end of the day. So we'll have a look, do a clean up, and we'll see how we got on. I haven't got a clue, to be honest.
And from this angle, that looks like a pretty big sluice. Definitely doesn't fit in your backpack.
That's not bad. For a sneak preview, that Steve's pan, that looks pretty good to me. And then they're very similar actually. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, not bad. So you can see where we've made good now. All that spoil to one side, we've raked it across and levelled it all out. But it's time for us to get out of here. I'm hungry and I'm absolutely shattered.
Well, it's great to be back, people, making these videos for you. And I really enjoy it. And that was 2 trips to 2 different rivers, and we found gold on both occasions. And there's something really special about getting out to the river and spending some time with these fantastic locations. My name's MrDazP1, and this was my experience that I wanted to share with you today. And there is gold out there, it's just waiting to be found.
Till the next time, people.